So, like, it's hard for people to understand what you're saying there because, news drives so much,
Sure.
you know, in the industry. So, like, I like to think about it like this. If you don't want to quite believe that, and I don't want to 100% believe it because you can have an outlier event happen without anybody's knowledge and then the market reacts to that. So, I'm about 97% with you. But think of it this way: when there's a news event, then where does the returns go? Where do the prices go? They're going to react, right? And they're going to go somewhere. And it's where they go that matters. So even if you don't want to believe that most of the time, news isn't really where it's at. It's all about the volatility. If you don't want to buy that, well then don't buy it. But just watch where the prices and the returns go once the event happens, and look where it's going to. We know the levels that stuff's going to react at. So it doesn't matter whether you believe the news drives the narrative or whether you think volatility drives the narrative. It doesn't matter. What happens after that event takes place? Where is this stuff going to go?
Nice video entry yesterday. What did the Spy Minis do? Very interesting. Here's where the stream was over. Right in this area. 10 o'clock. Talked about the probability was probably to run the whole daily volatility range gamut. Did it? Yeah, it did. Where'd it top out at? Here's the top of the daily volatility range. There was the bottom. Wicks right into it. Zoom. Now, look at these little Spy Minis breaking back up into the monthly range. Got comfortable up here in the weekly range. Magnet for price action, right? We all know this. That was the monthly. Right back at it. These things are pumping early. Center of the monthly on the Spy Minis, 37.91. 37.91. I would imagine. I'm not even going to look at the VRE yet. Let's pop over here. Let's show some alpha trading magic. How did the market close yesterday? It's just a 15. How'd that 4-hour candle close? With an outlier. No div, man. I mean, no, there's no divergence. All the fishers are up. DLP's up. Volatility was expanding. Heading back into randomness. Look at this 4-hour candle. Right. Look at the 4-hour candle on SPY yesterday. The one previous to the closing. Incredible. 95 for Laplace. Run perfectly. Boom, boom. Filled that baby. Filled it. How'd the daily close? Outlier on the Z-score. Powerful daily candle, man. The market's turning right now? Yeah, we'll see. We trade low time frames. But our tools definitely give us a little insight into where this market's going. 90-minute. How did that 90-minute close? On a run, right? Pre-market gap down to the 99.7 Laplace and bounced off of it. Where did it go to? Two 90-minute candles to the 99.7 Laplace to the top side. Right? Powerful. Powerful, powerful. What is Bilbo doing right now? I'm telling you, this pre-market should be up, and it is. What, 4 points? Not bad. Not bad. Gapping up to the 99.7 Laplace on yesterday's last 45-minute candle. Let me see something here. Let's pop over on the VRE. 4-hour first standard deviation just hit on the minis. Well, we're waiting for that market to open. Let's pop this on SPY. Look at these powerful, Bitcoin. What did Bitcoin do? Right? Where did we get down to? This weekly support level. 95.4 Laplace, second standard deviation. Right? Right when all the madness was going on in the market. Right when the CPI printed. So what do? They use the news to manipulate traders. Right? That's what they do. News doesn't create the markets. The volatility creates the news. Right? People are a little behind. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So Bitcoin comes down, only closes a couple candles down here below the 95.4 Laplace, pops up above it. Right? And you can see on that 4-hour candle, guys, it got below the fifth standard deviation. All right? This is why you got to take both these time frames into account. Okay, so you get this candle goes through 5 standard deviations. And you got this weekly support level down here. Was this a no-brainer? What were the probabilities, man? What were the probabilities? For Christ's sakes. One 4-hour candle went down through the 5th and up to the 4th. Pretty powerful. Did it pull back? Yeah, pulled back inside the 3rd. Why? 99.7% chance it would. Powerful. Continue. Next 4-hour candle. 5th standard deviation. Again on that 4-hour candle. What was there? First standard deviation on the daily. Right? So we had a little pullback. Went sideways a bit when we opened up the day. Right? And of course, you got the bottom of the weekly range here too. So would this be a good place? If you were in both these trades, did you take your profit? You should have. Right? We go sideways the rest of the day, opens up. That weekly range sucks the data set right up into it. A lot of liquidity up in here. We're about to find out where this thing could possibly move. Back in the monthly range, just like the SPY minis. All these assets are literally dealing with the same volatility ranges. So Bitcoin makes a move today, right? We got 20.2 up here at the center of the monthly, top side 20.5. 20.5. Do I think that's possibly going to get hit? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's look at these charts. How did the daily? Let's see something real quick. Daily's having an outlier. Nice wick. Right? Nice wick. Fishers are up. Returns oscillator is setting up on the daily. Some hidden bear. Volatility barely expanded. 36th percentile. Okay, that's a daily. What's this 4-hour looking like? Dun, 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 dun. Had a little bit of bear div at the top up here. Had a slow pullback on the 4-hour. Let me see here. Not setting up any bull div at all in the 4-hour, which is fine. Which is fine. Nice 90-minute. Nice 90-minute. Let's see. What are we setting up here? Nada yet. Nada, nada, nada. Had a little bit of hidden bull that's pumping this right now. Where are we volatility wise? It's starting to hit slope into negative correlation. Expanded volatility. We'll have to see. Let's see if this correlation breaks. This 90-minute. When's that baby close? 22 minutes. 9:30. Right when traditional markets open. 45. What's it doing? No div. No bear divs. Fishers are up. Random market. Very random. Trend, random. And it's contracting negatively or sloping in the negative correlation on the 45. Okay. 33. Having an outlier. Z-score's turning back up. Any divergence? No bear divs. No bear divs. Yeah, I was looking at these charts right before we started, trying to find some bull div at the bottom down there. I mean, little bit, not a lot. They just bulls came out, fucking overwhelmed these bears. The bears were trying. They sure were. I mean, the returns oscillator showing it. I mean, you would think there would be some heavy bull div on this move. No, man. Lower low, right? We didn't get it to the end right here. Just a, little bull. Boop. Started popping. And I mean, returns oscillator coming down the whole time. That move was just floating up. All the fishers were up. It's another good thing to, with the returns oscillator, check the fishers out, see what they're doing. Let's see here. Very random on the 33. 15? We working here. What's having an outlier? Hidden bull. Pump this 15-minute. Fishers are up. They're up in the upper standard deviation bands. The quickest is starting to flatten out at the 2 SD band. The other three are charging. Charging up. I'm gonna look at this on the weekly. Yeah, man, I mean, we had this bull div on the weekly, right? I'd be watching these fishers, man. This weekly close. All these fishers flip up. I mean, this thing's probably gonna move. Where, he says. That's why we're over here. Let's see. Let me reload this chart. This on the weekly. There you are. Let's turn off. Oh, that was PB2. There we go. Goodness. Got all kinds of projection bosses on here. Okay, so what are we doing here? Predictors flipped on the weekly. Went down. Didn't quite get to the first standard deviation. Made a push towards it, but that's what I'm saying too. Baby on the weekly got front ran. Those bears tried to dump out the market. Nah. Bulls are like, no thanks. No, thank you, sir. First standard deviation to the top side, 20 point, 2565. 2565. You remember that number? What's up there? Top of the monthly, 20.5, 2472. Second, third standard deviation on the dailies right there. We're going to get a 3SD move. It's above the top of the monthly. I'm telling you right now, Bitcoin moves today and goes to this 3SD on the daily. Considering you've got the monthly range down here, weekly range down here, don't be shocked if this thing rejects hard. Got the probabilities, and where's the top? Now, look how far this daily range is. Yeah, a lot wider than yesterday. And Bitcoin almost ran it too, by the way. There was the top right here. All right. We saw SPY Minis did. Remember when we were talking about Bitcoin yesterday? It got outside this daily volatility range. And you're down here to 95 for Laplace. I'm telling you, man, this thing, it was a no-brainer. This thing was going to rocket ship out of here. And I'm telling you, man, I mean, it came within, let's see, 19.5. Literally, it came within $150 of running the whole daily volatility range yesterday. That's what I look for, too. I don't just look for the center, right? The main range. I'm looking at the whole range. And man, it was tight. It was real tight. So, whoop, whoop. Of course it did. Is Bitcoin going to stay above the daily 1SD, above the weekly range? I mean, this thing's set up to get up into this monthly deeper. I mean, we're talking $600, $700. It's not that far. Not a lot. Let's see what we did daily. Yeah, above. I wanted to see. Saw somebody post the chart earlier. We are above the reverse mean and the power mean. I've set to 33. Yeah, we're getting a little feedback.
All right, it's me then. I was moving my mic around to see if it's in. I can put it in another place.
Right. Damn you, Mike. Let's see here. Tell you what, man, this daily looks good. Where's this 1111? Where are you? It's at it right now. It's at it right now. Pretty sure I saw somebody post a chart earlier. Was it Yasha? Somebody posted this chart, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's banging up against the lower length RMLR. We get up here today. You push up here to this 95 for Laplace, 2SD range, 20.2. Close the daily above them both. It could get really interesting. We could actually have a move this weekend. It's been a minute, right? We like when Bitcoin slaps those institutional traders over the weekend. Why in the fuck would you want to like on CME, right? It closed on the weekend. Oh, that'd be just nerve wracking. There's no way I'd stay in a position over the weekend with this volatile monster. But that's the thing. The guys that do, guarantee you they're on another bucket shop. They got their futures ready. Their options trade or whatever turns against them, they're gonna fucking buy or sell futures on another exchange to cover their loss. Oh, if they're smart. Not just gonna sit there and take a beating over the weekend. But that's why, a lot of, especially the YouTube Jimmies that talk about CMEs all the time. You never hear us talking about them. I can give a fucking shit less. Why? Because all the liquidity for Bitcoin options is at Durabit. You want to get a good read. Look at Durabit. Look at the options there. Not on CME. It's just, is there liquidity there? Sure, but majority of it, literally like 85, 90%, at least last time I checked, was at Durabit. That's why when they kicked the Americans off, I was like, well, fuck you too. I'll take my 5 Bitcoins and run, you bitch. I'm pretty sure, though, I think on CME, I know at one time it was like you couldn't even open a trade with that. I'm pretty sure it was like 5 Bitcoins or something. If I remember correctly. Something high. That's why I love Durabit. You can do whatever you want. Okay, see how that daily. It's trying to push above both these RMLRs. See the 4-hour. Yeah, above both. Above both. The 1111 crossed up. The 33 or 3011. Got up here. Top of these bands, 20.5. Both tops of both these RMLRs, they're up there about 20.4, 20.5. A lot of stuff at that 20.5. A lot of things are right at the top of the monthly range. And that's like volatility ranges. It's amazing how, and then you get like the distribution. bands, things of this nature that are matching up. So, yeah, powerful. That's when I started noticing too. People are like, "Oh, you're just using the average of the high and low and blah 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 blah." Blah. It's like, shut the fuck up. You have no idea what we're doing here. Once you put it all together, then you finally realize that all these people for all these decades that have been trading, calling these pivots and all this shit, they're wrong. It's volatility that you're seeing on that VRE, right? Volatility within the distribution. And once you are able to have indicators where you can match all this stuff up, you start to see it. You really do. And you're like, oh my God. And the funny thing is, most of them, they don't even realize it. They don't even realize it. So it's always about growth, right? If you're not growing every day, you might as well just fucking pack it in, man. That's what we're here for. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing. Trading, working out, fucking whatever. Got to grow every day. Got to grow every day. That being said, oof, I got a lot of push-ups to do today. Got to be better than yesterday. All right, let's see here. I like this market. I do. Let's look on SPY. These RMLRs. Well, looky there. Got a little scissor action. Oh, really? Tried to get, look at SPY. SPY's last 4-hour candle shot up above. Look, and it hit the reverse band to the dollar, pulled back inside the 33 power mean. But I mean, just look at that, right? You pre-market gap down pretty much all the way down to the 3011, and then just rocket ship up throughout the day, right? That first 4-hour candle. That's why a lot of people have trouble reading these traditional charts. I mean, God, what is there? 1.5, 4-hour candles? It's not a lot of time. But as an alpha trader, we don't need a lot of time, man. We trade this market open. Imagine what you could do just trading the market open every day. All right? What an easy day. What do you do? Well, I just trade the market open, then I go play golf. That's the life. That is the life. And I feed my dogs in between there at some point.
Bilbo, take a look at the SOXL too. Sam Oscar XL.
SOXL. Let's see here. What chart should I put it on? Put it on the VRE for the shits and the giggles. You said that the longs?
Semi-long SOXL. Look where they touched it, both sides.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Both
Not
sides actually to the T.
95 for Laplace to the downside. Pretty much 95 for Laplace. Second standard deviation on the top side. Yeah, man. I mean, it just, dude, literally ran the entire 95 for Laplace range to SD, which is
all their daily CVRs are too.
Which is powerful. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me see. I'll pull this up a little bit.
Because this is a stock, this will create a new one at 9:30, right?
Yeah. Yep. We'll get a new range, and it's up. Let's see. New daily range. Yeah. I mean, it's going to open up above the new daily range, which is going to be right in this area here. Probably, yeah, a little under 8 or something. So it's definitely opening up above. Made a nice little movie. Boom, boom, boom. After this beating. Yeah, man. I mean, the distribution. That's why people wake up. Turn off YouTube Jimmy. He has, I mean, they might sound like they know what they're talking about because you don't know what really you're talking about. Trust me, man. These guys, they just don't get it. Not a knock on them. This scam is so embedded. It's incredible. Every day that goes by, it's just like, wow, you just marvel at it. You're just like, what the fuck, man?
Check out oil too.
Oil.
Yeah.
Where are
By
you
the
at,
way, is it
dude?
any better for? Am I speaking real low?
You're all right. You're all right.
All right.
Look at oil. Yeah, look at oil yesterday. Right. There's the CPI print right there, 830. Where does it go down to? Oil only went to its S1, and I mean rocket shipped yesterday, all the way up to where? First standard deviation goes down outside the 68.3 Laplace range, two white cross lines, taps. I mean, think there was some liquidity right here? What is this crazy green line? Are these alpha traders just waiting and they just populate this line? No, goofies. Look, they populate every day. Brand new. Not doing shit. It's the code, man. It's the code. It's the maths. And I mean, just ripped right to the 1SD sideways, dump back down. Inside, or yeah, it got outside the monthly range, because this is the monthly range and the weekly. Here's the center of the weekly. Crude's in volatility heaven right now. Let's send this shit down to like $50 a barrel or something. I want to feel some change at the pump. That's what I want. Cheap gas, man. Cheap gas. Cheap gas. Fuck the way our government works. Can't believe they haven't went and carpet bombed some other oil producing country and just taken all their oil. We got a bunch of the foxes are in the hen house in DC. I repeat. The fox is in the hen house. Has been for a long time. So we just get beaten. Here's your loaf of bread. Oh, thank you. Where's my block of cheese? As long as you give me my cheese and bread, I'll shut up. Wrong. Alpha Trading will be calling this shit out forever until people figure it out.
Hey, I want to add a little commentary to your news comment.
Oh, hello.
So, like, it's hard for people to understand what you're saying there because, news drives so much,
Sure.
In the industry. So, like, I like to think about it like this. If you don't want to quite believe that, and I don't want to 100% believe it because you can have an outlier event happen without anybody's knowledge and then the market reacts to that. So, I'm about 97% with you. But think of it this way. When there's a news event, then where does the returns go? Where do the prices go? They're going to react, right? And they're going to go somewhere. And it's where they go that matters. So even if you don't want to believe that most of the time, news isn't really where it's at. It's all about the volatility. If you don't want to buy that, well then don't buy it. But just watch where the prices and the returns go once the event happens and look where it's going to. We know the levels that stuff's going to react at. So it doesn't matter whether you believe the news drives the narrative or whether you think volatility drives the narrative. It doesn't matter. What happens after that event takes place? Where is this stuff going to go?
And that's what you need volatility sometimes. That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, so there was some news. Okay. So what time did the CPI print? 8:30? Like right here, it's a big candle.
Yeah.
This thing started dropping from the center of the weekly or daily range, but before that print even happened. And then everybody's like, "Oh, the news is horrible. This thing, we're getting ready to get a massive dump." But at about 9:15, if you go to yesterday's stream, I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this down move. Right? And Jesus, this is fucking oil. I'm like, why does this chart look different? There we go. right in here. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with this down move. I do not. I was like, number one, we're outside of the daily volatility range. So while everybody was super bearish, I was like, don't be surprised if the thing rockets to the top of it, which it did. I mean, that's what the charts were telling me. So
Here's a
they
question
might
I
put out
have.
some news. I think that they'll put out news and they will manipulate.
Yeah, they do. 100%. I'm with you. I'm allowing for a little bit of, like, shit that there are things that could, like right now, if a nuclear bomb drops, okay, I'm sorry, the markets are going down, and it has nothing to do with volatility. Okay, no one pre-planned that, right? Although there is probably a couple of idiots out there that knew, before the trigger was pulled, but they're probably not traders, so it's not going to show up in the charts. My only point is that it's more about when these events happen. Well, then where's the price going to go? Where are the levels that these things are going to hit? Based on whatever this news event's going to how it's going to affect the market, whether it goes up or down. Doesn't matter. We know where these levels are. So when it gets there, what's it going to do? We know.
I love when MJ plays the devil's advocate.
Well, here's a question I have also too. Yeah. So if it was way outside the daily CVR yesterday, and I don't quite understand what you mean by that. It means it was outside all the levels.
Yep. Let me show you here real quick.
All right. And with that being said, part two of the question is, if it gets a percentage so far away from the mid range or the yellows, the center of the daily CVR, or the red, yellow, red,
right?
Is it maybe if it gets so far away, there's a chance for it to be a snapback, exactly like yesterday, because it was so far extended to the downside that maybe like a rubber band, it had been so stretched so far and then just slingshot it right back up. I'm just throwing that out there too.
Yeah.
Because it was so far away from the daily CVR.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I should clarify what I said. We don't know where it's going to go. We know, though, where the volatility levels are and what our odds are, based on the percentages of, what is this a good place to take the trade? And Bilbo was very good pointing that out. It's a 95% chance that sucker's going to turn around there. So, is that a good place to take a trade? Yeah, I'd take 95% odds.
Yeah.
And it's taken everything into account. People look at this chart and just go, that's fucking, what the fuck? What is this? Right? I mean, look at it. That's not going to make sense to too many people. You're going to be like, oh, you're always talking about people drawing lines on our chart. For Christ's sake, man. How about, would you like some chart with your lines? All this means something. And it's the distribution and the volatility levels, when they start stacking up together, like down here. Here's the bottom of the daily range yesterday at about 18,580. That candle shot literally all the way through it. Got through the 95.4 Laplace, second standard deviation, but then you had this weekly support level, S2 for the weekly, right? There's the S1 right there. Kind of nuked right through it too. So when you got this down here, here's the probabilities. We know that there's a 95.4% chance these candles aren't going to continue to close down here, right? As far as the daily candle. That's all I'm looking at, right? Pretty much. I know these are 15-minute candles, but this is the daily right here, right? So that's how I'm evaluating where this daily, where I want it to open, where I want it to close, all that shit by the 15-minute. And so taking that all into account, we're way outside the volatility range. We're in no man's land. There's nothing down here for intraday. It had to get back up in here, especially when we're talking in probabilities. And once it got back up inside the 1SD and then this weekly support level, woo, man, it shot right to the 1SD. Got a wick right to it. And that's the bottom of the weekly range. That's how the distribution, the volatility ranges, all this stuff work together.
Yeah, and so to your point, it nukes down through some of those levels. Are those statistical levels? Yes, but it doesn't mean that it can't nuke down through it. So that's why we don't say, you don't just arbitrarily, oh, hell, it just hit 68%. Well, I got my 68%, so, I'm going to take a long here. No, you can't just blindly trade the levels. What you have to do is line it up with some other indicators and figure out whether there's some div playing off. So there, I mean, if you look, if he pulls up the div on that 15-minute chart, you'll see there was bull div on the RO right there at that level. So there's your confirmation. Let me take this trade. This is worth it to take it right here.
And look how this is leveling down there from the open of the day. First, it breaks down to a tight daily range. We know already, hey, we're going to have a trending day. You look at the tight daily range, and the entire volatility range is tight. I mean, look at today. Wide range. Look at the bottom. Look how much farther it is, right? I mean, so what's going to happen today? I mean, this thing could fucking go sideways, man. We could definitely stay in this 68.3 Laplace all day. And where am I getting that from? Because it's such a big daily volatility range. But you've got, I mean, and look at the daily on Bitcoin. It's down here, man. The top side's at 19.2. We got down to, I mean, we were within $145. Yeah, close enough if this thing wants to take off. But I like to see full test of these ranges. So don't be surprised if we get a quick wick down into this. I didn't see when SPY opened. Oh, it is open. Let's check SPY out. Oh, but to finish up what MJ was saying, so there's a 99.7% chance. We were talking about the news or whatever. Above that, though, there's a nuclear bomb. That's what MJ was saying. If we have a nuclear bomb, yeah, it could disrupt the distribution. Other than that, we're good. We don't need no goddamn nuclear weapons.
But pull up on that 15-minute chart. Pull up your the returns or whatever you're using there.
Ding. Oh.
So look at the div on that 15-minute chart right there. So it's hit 95 Laplace. You've got. I'm talking on the bull side. Down from the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Once it hit that level on the bottom, I mean, look, boom. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 indicators on his chart saying, hey, I think this Laplace level's a pretty good place to take a trade.
Yeah. I mean, even the Fishers, the DLP, every damn indicator I use for div, boom, there. And so then you're waiting, right? So you get this move, you had an outlier. Are you getting in a trade immediately? Look at the 15 minutes coming down positively correlated. Hell no, I'm not getting in a long. Not yet, right? And look, it just goes sideways. We know what happens when volatility is contracting, positively correlated. No, go, man. Got dogs attacking me. There's the first outlier on these moves, all right? Now, you go down on the 5-minute chart where you're actually trading. There's outliers all over in these moves. Yesterday was party time if you were trading. But yeah, so not only were we way outside of the daily volatility range, we're way up on high probabilities of distribution. You're setting up all this bull div, man. And it took the Z-score right back up to the upper confidence intervals. Dropped all the way back down to the bottom while it went sideways. And then, whoo, get another outlier. Zip to the high yesterday. Wild.
So the question is whether or not this is great in hindsight, but the key, the trick is to recognize this stuff live in real time and then be willing to place your bets. That's the hard part. That's what takes the time for me, anyways. That's what takes the time to study and to run this replay back and we're working down these time frames, all that stuff. That's the work so that you can get good at recognizing these things in real time so that then you can actually place the trade and win,
Oh, wow. I'm just reading what PFUN posted. Wow, really? Largest intraday reversal? And Alpha Trading fucking called it. Take that, JP Morgan. Jamie Dimon. You goofy. Any of my employees buy Bitcoin, you're fired. Same day buys 500 million in Bitcoin.
I know, I love that stuff.
That's the fucking icing on the cake right there. People don't think this shit's fucking so scammy. It's like, dude, fucking insane. How's that not market manipulation and shit? I mean, he's a fucking Oh, nice. Okay, let me read through this. Echo, echo, echo. Hilarious. I always forget I was in the general chat. Need to go to stream chat. Let's see here. Oh, scary. Using big words, geometric, Brownian motion. Like it, like it. Yeah, it's all about practice for sure. So SPY, where look, we get pre-market, goes up a little bit, wicks to the top of the weekly. So we're in the weekly range right now. So what am I looking for? I mean, you guys, you already know what I'm probably getting ready to say with these 15-minute candles. This is going to determine what the fuck's going to happen today. We're going to close 15-minute candles to the top side of the weekly range or the bottom side of the weekly range. Whichever way we go, it's immediately going to do a 1SD move, right? In my opinion. Here's the daily range, though, too. Definitely has not been tested. And this is why I said when I looked at those other charts, I was like, hey, don't be surprised if we just go sideways today. Everybody's all excited. Woohoo! Had a great day yesterday. End of the week. Big fucking rally. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because what I'm seeing is Bitcoin and SPY has not tested its daily range that is below. Not a big percentage. It's not that far away. But from what I'm seeing, this thing's probably going to pop to the top side first. If it gets up here by this 1SD, I don't see it stopping there. It wants to get to the center of the monthly again, right? Right here.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And that's the 95 for Laplace. This could be just a quick whoop up into this area somewhere, come back down, test daily range. Not be surprised at all. And that's what this chart's telling me anyway. We'll see. Not like we're right every day. Yeah. We're like at the third standard deviation. We're better than the 0.03% nuclear bomb.
Yeah, we're high percentage. High percentage win rate.
Yes, very. And that's why, like, when we were with Bally and all that shit, and I would tell people, which I mean, I'm not even actively trading right now, but would tell people, P&L and win rate, and they're just like, you're full of shit. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you think. Just because you want to shove your insecurities and your bad trading onto me, hey, that's not my problem. I'm trying to help you, not hurt you. But it's simple. Yeah, 100%. Or 98. That's why we made those little emojis, 98% or whatever, 99, 97. Yasha. So here we go. Let's see. First standard deviation 371. I mean, hell, we're only a point away, really. See if it goes up there. So this SPY, what are we doing here? Having an outlier on the 15-minute. Yes, we are. Is there any div? There is not. I mean, you got a little hidden from back here from yesterday, from the big pump. And the way these traditional markets are, I don't take too much of that into account. But this is the difference between like these traditional markets and Bitcoin on these low time frames. When that day is over, man, I'm not going to go back, especially on a 15-minute chart, and call that like heavy bear div. Or sorry, yeah, bear div. Not going to do it, especially when the returns oscillator is above the zero mean. This thing's charging up. These fissures are high though. Volatility is expanding, positively correlated. Predictors to the top side starting to drop in the trend a bit. Two of the APPs are just maxed the fuck out though, right? So there's a little bit of exhaustion. That's how I look at that. There's no such thing as overbought or oversold. If something's overbought, that's when you want to buy it. Something's oversold, sell it. That's where these YouTube jimmies are just like, it's oversold, it's gonna pump. How many times have people been fucking wrecked listening to that garbage? It's incredible. But you can see on the 15-minute, I mean, it tried to get up above this 95 for Laplace. We're going to have to see how it progresses through these candles on this lower time frame. Let's see, 33 minutes. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some bear divs setting up for sure. Let me go back over here. So that was a 15-minute, and you can see 4 hour as well. That was the 4 hour 1SD right there, little blue line right above the daily 1SD. And this is the point right here. So you got the bottom of the monthly up inside the weekly. So there's a lot of, we'll just have to see how the bulls react right in this area. I mean, there's a lot going on here, a lot. With the daily right down here. If this does come down and test this daily, this area right here is that's gonna leave a wick behind. It's gonna pull right back up into this area. Because the difference is what you'll see. If it doesn't like it, if the bears jump in here, it could slam it down. It could shoot to a 1SD to the downside that's in the daily range real fast. Real fast. Let's see, weekly. Here's the first weekly support level back down to 354. I don't see that happening today. But this is what happens, right? I mean, this is what it's all about. It's all buyers and sellers. We already know that. And they're gonna test each other. These big algos, for sure. Okay, had a great move yesterday. From what P-Funk posted, the biggest intraday turnaround ever. That's saying a lot. I mean, that's what you want to see. No doubt about it. But bulls are going to have to step in because the bears are definitely going to test them. Definitely going to test them. And the ball is in the bull's court because of where this data set is. Thing is, the first thing I saw was this daily range below the data set. Hasn't been tested. We didn't gap up through it. And it's right where I thought it was going to be. 363. There's this 360. It's kind of a bigger daily range too. Another reason why. I'm telling you, man, this thing could come down, test this daily range, get real comfortable in this 68.3 Laplace. Right? These white cross lines right here. Or in between the 1SDs. Right? Which is still 68.3% range. It's just you need to study the two different distribution models and you'll understand real fast why Laplace is a lot tighter. Yes, you will. Let me see. And here it goes right now. So you reject off the 1SD on the 4 hour. Now you're right at the bottom of the monthly range. Right at the bottom of the monthly. Don't think there's not algos right here. There is. There is for sure. And the fact that the bottom of the weekly's right here, that's why I just say the ball is in the bull's court. It's up to the bears to steal it. Go down the other end, slam dunk. But then you've got the 1SD to the downside in the daily range. This area right here, we could just be ranging all day. SPY could be ranging. There's a lot of volatility right here. There's no doubt about it. Why people are using their VPVR and shit like that, looking for volume nodes. Ding, 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 ding. Incredible. You know what was there? That looks so interesting. Let's see here. Let's pull this shitter up. VPVR. What? Or is it what the hell was that? There it is. VRVP. Oh, I was a little backwards. It's been a while since I used that fucking thing, right? Been a while. So here's the 15-minute. All right. Let's see here. So you got a big volume node down here on yesterday's volatility range, right? This big volume node right here is at the bottom of today's daily range. But look up in here, right? Look up in here. We know all the volatility is. There's no volume, man. It's just crazy. It's definitely an indicator I would not be using. We all know that though. Even people in traditional traditional TA, a lot of people are like, yeah, volume's worthless. As it is. It is. Yeah, this is just got to see what's going to happen here. Lots of crazy lines, huh? And they all mean something. But that's how I kind of evaluate this chart, just using the volatility ranges, the distribution levels, and seeing where these points of interest are and by how wide the ranges are. You know, yesterday, super tight ranges, BTC, BTC, SPY, all of them, the minis, NASDAQ, everything looked the same. So you get that little pre-market shuffle where it just dumps. You think the news and that quick drop got people into some bad positions? Yeah, I guarantee it did. People got wrecked yesterday. Trading that. Did the alpha traders? No. Not if you know what you're looking at. Am I getting in on that damn short? Fuck, man, it's outside the daily volatility range. Now I might have got into some nice scalps, right, on the low time frames. But am I just sitting? That's the problem with traders. Man, you can't. And now traditional markets, everything's a crypto shit coin. I mean, what has happened? It's like if you are not just plainly trading low time frames intraday, good luck swing trading these markets. I mean, for crying out loud, if you're going to just be an investor. Why? I mean, sit on it. Find some shit you like, buy it, sit on it. That's what I was trying to explain to somebody with these freaking JPEGs. And everybody's like, end of the world. I'm like, this is an investment, man. I didn't get in Catalina Whales just for a quick flip. I mean, they're building a global entertainment franchise. If they pull it off, I'm sitting on a fucking gold mine. Anybody that's in it knows it. That's why, I mean, any smart investor is sitting on that. Sitting, accumulating. They're a steal right now. So, yeah. Be a low time frame volatility trader or just be an investor. Stop losing money to these big algos, man, because they're going to have you broke. And so, you get a wick right to the bottom of the monthly. Now it's pulling back up a little bit. All right. I'm telling you, though, I definitely see this thing going sideways today in probably a tight range. Tight little. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me look at MJ's cool little chart. Yeah, I know, man. All right. And I'll post these charts. All right. We'll post these charts in other Discords. Crickets. Even though you look at the chart and you're like, oh, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but wow. Look at that trend line. Hey, man, your trend line's crooked, man. It's like an arc. It's like, no, that's the distribution.
Yeah, we're just drawing them with that curve tool. Remember that curve tool we were using for a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, before we got the extensions on the end. Yeah, that was really... But that's what so they're drawing trend lines. They're drawing trend lines. And I've seen most people don't even know how to draw a damn trend line. Wicks or closes, man. Wicks or candle closes, right? You don't use both just to fit your little fucking creepy narrative. Oh, if it breaks this way, we're going out, blah, 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 blah. It's insane. So what happens right here? If say they're trading MJ's 45-minute chart, and one of these 45-minute candles closes above their so-called trend line. That's their breakout, right? And they're going to get in it. While alpha traders are like, ding dong, you're at the 99.7 Laplace, man. That is not a time to get into a fucking position, right? That is not the time to get into the position. If you're looking at MJ's chart, he posted, I mean, look at the distribution. Look at that PB2. Crazy. People are literally throwing trend lines on candles. It's not trend lines of a data set, man. It's the data set running inside. You're dealing with a random market inside of the distribution. That's what's so powerful. What else can do this? There's nothing in traditional TA that will show you any of this. Where we're dealing with a total random market, it's in trend sometimes, but the distribution, specifically Laplace, contains this beast. It's very powerful. It's all probabilities. It's all math. And yeah, and I got to get my my entropy update on here. I had it on. I just didn't save the damn chart. Oh well.
We just got to get it published. I think Donnie's tightening up a couple things on it.
Right. Sure it is. I mean, it's sucking right back down into this area, which is all good. We'll see how this plays out. We will see. God, man, this hour went quick. What the hell? Who's been talking? Loud mouth. Let's see. Anything anybody wants to look at real quick? Any questions? I mean, yesterday was a great example of how well these indicators work. I don't care what you're looking at, right? I don't even pull up gold heavy metals or anything. They're just boring as shit. It's like watching grass grow.
Dude, it's cold up here today, man.
Dude, it's cold here. My heater's kicking on.
Mine too. It's kicking on as we speak, man. Cold, like 40 degrees outside, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is right now, but it's right around, I think it's like 45. Sun's popping through the trees now. Warming.
Hey, MJ, go blue, man.
Yeah, go blue, right?
Yeah. You're a Penn State fan, right?
Yep.
Yeah, should be a good game, dude. Speaking of games, I'm going to a hockey game tonight and see the Red Wings open against Montreal tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, the season just kicked off, didn't it?
Yeah, tonight openings tonight for Detroit here, home openers tonight. That's cool. On that note, everybody, great day.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah,
it's gonna be. We're hanging right above this bottom of the monthly. So yeah, everybody just watch, see what's happening there. Give a good idea, especially. Let me see here. So going into the weekend, just look at BTC real quick. Like I said before, right? It's right in this weekly range. I have a strange feeling, right? We still get feels. We definitely, once you have these indicators for a while, you really start to trust them, but I still get these feels, all right? We close up here above the center of this monthly. I mean, it'd even be better to close above the top. I'll rephrase that. We close today above 20.5. This weekend could get crazy. It might, even if we close up here above like 20.2. Do a 2SD move today going into the weekend. Could be real interesting. Yeah, it's fine. We're going to shut her down anyway. But if we do have a crazy weekend, I'll get on, do a live stream for sure. But everybody have a great day. Everybody have a great day. Talk to you guys later.